But man does not want to admit it. Every day, Congress opens up with a prayer.
And they should.
And what happened was they had a priest going up there and start blessing all the congressmen and senators with holy water, but you didn't see Bill Clinton, Newt Gingrich, and John Edwards, or Jesse Jackson was there.
No, they look rather funny out there after the acts they committed. To be out there either spreading holy water or receiving holy water or taking part in a otherwise Christian ceremony such as that.
Now let's get back where I was at in San Francisco. I mean, stupid me, here I am, I'm surrounded by all these homosexuals, right? Mm-hmm. And we're having a sign fight. Mm-hmm. And then what happened was, I leave the crowd, I get right next to the speaker, mm-hmm. and I'm sitting there holding up my sign, and what they did, they was trying to cover my sign. So we started having a little tug of war with signs, right? Mm-hmm. And so what happened was, I'll try to make this fast because we're almost running out of time. And what happened was, this one queer, he gave me the tush. Take that, you mean man. I looked, I said, oh no, come on. And then another one, this other gay guy, he gives me the booty. So I fall against this one queer, this other queer falls against another one. Now we have a chain reaction, and now this one queer goes, officer, officer, get him out of here. And I was gonna leave, and I felt somebody tugging on my on my jacket, so I turn around like this, and the cops thinks I'm gonna hit him. So they grab me, they throw me up against the wall, they put the handcuffs on me. I said, wait a minute, I have every right to be here like everybody else. This is supposed to be a peaceful protest. But see, they did not get it. I said, look, you don't have to be mad. The people of California voted fair and square for this.
And if there's anything I believe in fervently, and that is freedom of speech. A man has a right to protest for right. And you have nothing to fear from the homosexuals. Most of the homosexuals inside, there's a certain amount of goodness. They know right from wrong, even deep down within the subliminal areas of their subconscious mind. They have some sparkling of morality inside of them. They're not going to hurt you. And frankly, I have a lot of compassion for homosexuals. Would you like to be a homosexual, or would I like to be a homosexual and bear the blunt of discrimination and all this kind of stuff? No, of course not. So I have an enormous amount of compassion on them. But by God Almighty, I am not about to let them run this country. I am not about to. They're not going to teach kids here. They are not going to become president. They're not going to become vice president. They're not going to become my senators and congressmen. You can just forget that right now. I want men that respect God and country, number one.
And when I was out there in San Francisco, the men were dressed up like women. They was wearing dresses. They was wearing hot pants. They was wearing wigs, big giant sunglasses like those go-go glasses everybody used to wear in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And I looked, I said to myself, you people are sick, man.
They have more respect.
They're sick, John. And this one guy, he had a beard, a light beard, mm-hmm. and he had makeup on. He had long hair, and I got into an argument with some of these queers out there. I said, you're not a man. You are sick. You want to be a woman. You have a severe psychological problem.
These people, they have more respect, as the Bible puts it, more respect for the created than they do for the Creator. They would rather have sex with another man than to worship God and to do the right thing and to be moral and just and clean and pure and decent. Okay. That's the way I see it, and that's why I will not support them. I voted yes on Proposition 8, and that's final. It is supposed to be a Christian country. I don't care what anybody else says. It is a Christian country, not a Buddhist country, not a voodoo country, not a Mohammedan country, none of that stuff. It is a Christian country, number one and foremost. Without Christian principles, we wouldn't be here, and every homosexuality deep down inside knows that. We'd be finished.
I was reading the paper, and they have this queer chorus. They had 30 queers in pink cowboy hats singing My Boy Lollipop and My Guy.
Lollipop, lollipop. Oh my, lollipop, lollipop.
John,
can you imagine?
I could not. When I read it in the paper, I sent an email to one of the editors mm-hmm. who wrote the story. I said, this is so immoral to have a man walking around in pink. Only women wears pink. Men don't wear pink. It is totally, see, this is what I'm trying to say. It's not about discrimination. It's not about hate. You gay people out there have severe psychological problems. See, now they think they're being discriminated against. Well, sure, Gays are always going to be discriminated against. You read in the Bible, all it is discrimination. And actually, under the Constitution, your rights are being violated of marriage and happiness and raising a family, but it's all about having morals. Our government has the right to discriminate against people if they feel that our society is being threatened, John, and it is.
It's definitely being threatened by that. People who love more sensuality than they love right.